Hello everyone and welcome to hands-on demo on AWS step functions. So this is the hands-on demo overview. So we will have one AWS step function that will be consisting of 3 Lambda functions. So first Lambda function will check for inventory, and if the inventory has the item, so there will be an order ID which will be inputted, and this will be checked against inventory. If it has the item, then it will go for process payment. If the process payment is successful, then it will update the order status saying that it is successful, otherwise failed. So we'll be simulating these 2 Lambda functions, check inventory and process payment. So I'll be showcasing the code, what is the simulation that we are doing. So first is to create a Lambda function, and for that I will log into AWS console. So I am at console home and search for Lambda. So I'll open that in a new tab. So click on create function and give the function name as check inventory, and you have to select runtime as Node.js 20x. So its default is Node.js 20x already. So click on create function. So if you just scroll down in the code source section, copy this particular code. So what it is doing, so this is the entry function, entry Lambda function. So I'm just doing a simulation. If math.random, which has the value between 0.0 to 0.99, so if it is less than that, this item will be in stock, so true. So there is 90% chance that this item is in stock. So it will get event.order ID, and this order ID, it will return the whole JSON object. So this will be 90% of the time it will be in stock. So I'll copy the whole Lambda code and paste it, and make sure you click on deploy. So this is the first Lambda function. Second is to create the second Lambda function, which is process payment. So you can just go up and click on functions, create function, and so Node.js 20x is already there. So meanwhile I'll just take the code. So this is process payment, second Lambda function, and this will also get the whole event, and it will get the order ID. And again it is doing something similar. So if payment successful, if it is less than 0.9, which is 90% of the time, then it will return this JSON object saying payment successful, true. So this will have either value of true or false. So I'll copy the Lambda code and go down, paste, and make sure you click on deploy. Then we will create the third Lambda function, which is update order status. So go up, click on functions, create function, paste, and Node.js 20x is there, create function. So I'll take the code, and this is the last one, and this is just returning whether the order is completed or not. So make sure you click on deploy. If you don't deploy it, when you test your Lambda function through step functions, it will return some error saying that the Lambda function is not there or something like that. Okay, next is to now create the state machine. So step functions, we call that as state machines. So go to AWS console and search for step functions. So I'll open that also in a new tab, and you can first, this is the first time if you are seeing this, you will see the get started button. So I'll just close this and I'll create it from scratch. So I can just say, so if I come here, So you can just click on state machines and you will see this page and click on create state machine. So herein you will be presented with either you can start with scratch where you paste in the whole code. So I will be providing the whole code, but otherwise there are starter templates which you can take a look. So these are all starter templates. So I'll just show you how to use this. For example, distribute map to process a CSV file in S3. So if you want to have, so just take a look at all these starter templates. So let's say I want to use the first one. I'll select that and click on next. So you will see the how this whole state machine looks like. And if you want to take get more information, click on the documentation link. So this will open in a new tab automatically, and this will take you to the step functions documentation. So you will see all the starter templates are here under this section called starter templates, which we are seeing that there, and this is part of AWS step functions developer guide. Okay, so anyway we are not using that, so I will click back and click on blank and click select. Okay, so now you click on this code tab, and I will take the whole code. So just copy this. So this is the whole code. I will explain this when I paste it in the state machine. So I'll just close it so that we have more space to okay. So this one has got, this is a state machine which is a JSON based, and there we have states. So this is an array. So it will start with, so start at check inventory, and this is calling a task lambda function. So it is this and then it will so after it calls this, next is in stock or not. So this will go for a choice statement. So this is here. So if you want to visualize it, if you scroll down towards your left, towards your right, sorry, then is in stock. So this is the second part, and this in stock will come from this lambda function. So this is or this lambda function is returning this in the JSON return object. So if this is true, then it will process payment, else it will go out of stock. So I'll just show you the lambda function, then it will make more sense. There are two variables, in stock and payment successful. So if I just show one, it will become clear that what it is doing. So in stock, just remember the exact variable name. So if I go to lambda function and click here, check inventory. So you can say this is the return object in stock. So this is either true or false. So that is what it is using, and if it is true, process payment. Otherwise out of stock will be over here, out of stock, and there is a payment failed. So these are the last two tasks. So here same way payment successful is also there in the our lambda function, which is the second lambda function, and if it is true, it will update order status. So this will be completed. So okay, so this is you can take a look. So it's easier to see here how it is it got rendered visually. Okay, so next make sure that you replace the AWS lambda ARN. So AWS lambda ARN is either you can copy the whole ARN from here. So for example, in the check inventory, the whole lambda ARN is part of here, or you can just replace if the function name is exactly the same, you can just replace the account ID. So I'll just copy the account ID and replace it at all three places. So I click here and paste it, and here three places. So you can see rest all is same, ARN of the whole lambda. Okay. And then I think you just have to create the lambda function. Sorry, state machine, not lambda function. So click on create, and this will result in few execution roles to be created, and those execution role will have some interaction with AWS Lambda. So just click confirm. Okay, so state machine is successfully created, and now we can start the execution. So to start the execution, click on start execution, and okay, so I'll just so this we have to provide this JSON object. So I'll just copy it and click here start execution in the state machine and paste it. So just have to add a so if I just click for my JSON, so there is no so this is correct, and start execution. So now because of that so this is randomly it is going to out of stock. So let me try a few times. So this is because I said it's random 90%, so 10% in this case it has gone to out of stock. So if you just want to retry it, retest it, just click on actions, just click on new execution and start execution. So in this case, as you would have seen, check inventory is in stock, process payments successful. So this is true, and update order status and end. So succeeded. So you will see over here that execution status is succeeded. And if you just scroll down, you can see the whole event history, and even history you should able to see how events are getting passed from one state to another event, like how the interaction is happening. So if I just scroll down at the last, execution succeeded and status is completed, and this is what was there in the third Lambda function with the order ID. So now we can do the cleanup, because if you do not need to use it or don't want to explore any further, you can clean up all the objects. So first is to delete the Lambda functions. So I'll go to Lambda functions and click on functions, select all three, actions, delete. Okay, so all functions got deleted. Next is to delete the state machine. So if you click on state machines, select that and delete. So it is deleting, and finally as we would have seen, it has created some step functions related role, so we can delete that also. So in AWS Lambda console, if I just search for IAM, I go to IAM and go to roles, click on type in step func, something like that, step func. Then I can just so this was created recently, and click on delete. So you just have to copy paste the whole state machine name. So the role is also deleted. And that's all. Thanks for watching.